Good evening, fellow Plexers. Tonight I want to see if I can help Chuck in the Plex Pals support group on Facebook. Chuck is having problems with a Chromecast with Google TV, and it seems like his media is not streaming properly there, but it is every place else. So I don't have a Chromecast with Google TV, but I have an NVIDIA Shield at my disposal. I want to suggest a couple things to Chuck to look at, and I would like him to show me a screenshot of the media playing on the Chromecast and with the HTPC client app, which is the best testing client app to use for his computer, and we'll point some things out to him so Chuck can get me the right screenshots. So Chuck, first of all, on whatever newest laptop or PC you own, go to Google or whatever in Firefox and search for Plex downloads. Get in and, oh, wrong window, sorry. I'm not a pro YouTuber. Switch to apps and devices. Now Linux comes up because that's what I'm running. If you're running Windows, Windows will come up. But hit the drop down arrow and go to Plex HTPC and download the version for your operating system, whether it's Linux, Windows, or Mac OS. And actually Linux, you can just get it from the FlatHub store. Windows, you can install it from the Microsoft store, but everybody says to download the actual file yourself. So if you're running Windows, get the app that way. And then you're done with that. And this is the HTPC client app. It's just like any other client app, but it's all keyboard driven. The arrow keys move you around, the enter key selects, and the backspace key backs up. So it's very simple to use. So this is a test server on my Synology DS1520 NAS with its 9th gen Celeron processor. So I'm going to start this video. And because I can't kill the sound on this, I'm just going to pause it. So when you go into the web app, this will light up when you have a stream running or paused. If you click activity, you would click dashboard, and then you click here to expand the details. I hid them, but now I'll expand them. And this green lock is what you're looking for. And then it'll give you media info. The stream is 5 megabits per second. This is the local IP address of my computer. You can show your local IP address. You would just want to mask this out if it's a external IP address, if a friend was streaming. It's telling me this video is direct playing. It tells me the video is in the HEVC format, and the audio is AAC, 2-channel audio stereo, and that's direct playing too. Now let me off screen go to my muted NVIDIA Shield, and I have to get into Plex, so give me a second. Alright, so now I'm looking for this test server. Almost there. Oh, hit the wrong button, sorry. I slipped and hit the home button, so I'm starting over. Okay, now I'm finding my test server. And now I'm going to start the same movie. So I would like to see the dashboard screenshot of the movie playing on your Chromecast. So this popped up, Plex for Android TV. You'll see that I'm not indirect. If this was an indirect connection, you'd have a yellow exclamation point. And an indirect connection will only stream at a maximum of 2 megabits per second through Plex's servers to your device if you have a Plex Pass, and then only at 1 megabit per second if you don't have a Plex Pass. So again, this is direct streaming. It's not indirect. I've got the green lock, and you'll see that this device, it's 3 megabits per second versus the 5 megabits per second on the HTPC client app, but it's a direct play in both places. So this is really what I need to see to have an idea of what's going on with your Chromecast. But I'm going to suggest something else. So let me kill this stream. Let me kill both streams. I can get right out of the HTPC client app. What I'm wondering is, do you have an issue with your local network? A lot of people have trouble. They double NAT themselves. If you have an ISP that is not CGNAT, which means you get a dynamic IP or your own IP, you can port forward for Plex and everything will work perfect. Well, some people, even without CGNAT, have a required gateway device that they can't remove, which means to use your own mesh system afterwards, that gateway device has to go into bridge mode. Some people don't do that correctly. They just plug their own router or mesh router into a gateway device and they create 2 local networks. So what I would like to see is the local IP address of your Chromecast. So I'm into the TP-Link web interface. It's rudimentary through a web browser. They do most through a phone app. But you can see this is my local IP address. Let me make it easier to see. My NVIDIA Shield in the office has this local IP address. And that's going to match up with my Plex server, which is on this Synology NAS. I don't know where it is on the list. They're not alphabetized. But you'll see everything has the same address, 192.168.68, and then the last part of the address is unique. And again, things are unscripted. This is my real Plex server that points back to media on my Synology NAS on a little NUC running Unraid. Yeah, so my Synology NAS must be up near the top. I got way too many devices. All right, there it is. So 192.168.95, and if we find the Synology or the NVIDIA Shield again, you'll see everything's the same, so it's on the same local network. Double check, make sure your Chromecast is on the same local network. The only way it would not be is if you were running 2 devices, a gateway device that had its own Wi-Fi network and your own router with its own network. That would create 2 local area networks. And that would force the Chromecast to be an indirect connection. So I'm just throwing that out there as a possibility, and I'll get this up on YouTube and out to you so you can at least provide me with that dashboard screenshot. So again, the activity button, click it, click dashboard, expand the view, and give me a screenshot that just shows this. And it's easy to do from your phone. Just open up Chrome or Safari, depending which ecosystem you're in, and pinch out to just crop this amount and grab me that screenshot, because I'd like to see if it's indirect and to see if it's being forced into a transcode. And if you haven't seen, this will be the last thing. I'll force a transcode in on this screen. I'm forcing it into a 480p transcode. It'll say 720p once it happens. Alright, so now it's 480p, and I can change that to 720p at 2 megabits per second. Okay, it started back up, but I haven't seen the reflection on this screen yet. Let me see what it's doing on the device. Yeah, it says it's 720p on my device. Let me put it back to original quality. And now we're back to original quality. Let me go down to the 720p again. Alright, so the 720p is reporting as 40p, and it could be just something going on with this media. But anyway, that's what I need to see. I need to see the dashboard screenshot to get some further information. And I'd like you to verify that your Chromecast has the similar range for a local IP address as your Plex server. And let me know what your Plex server is. Is it on a Windows machine? But posting those two local IP addresses won't hurt either. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this is a start to get things figured out.